guys. I'm not trying to be the next Sam or whoever, Trent Twins, but I wouldn't mind sharing like some of the spiritual side of bodybuilding. Uh, if if you look at Tom Platz, Jay Cutler to extent, he lived in a box. It's mental discipline. It's spiritual. I don't think they talk about it enough. I'm not here to tell you how to lift the weight. I'm not here how to tell you what to eat. I'm not someone to take those kind of things as the opinion for it, because that's not why I don't know. At a certain point, you won't even be doing it for that anymore. You're not even doing it. I mean, you're doing it for muscle, obviously, but there's another side to it that's huge, and it's not often talked about. It's going past your limits, and like, how do you do that? Like, how do you even do that? Well, it's like Tom said, you fall down. That's what makes muscle grow. You have to go that far. And how? How? Well, before you start lifting, you're going to need to motivate yourself, and and that's the trick. What? Because each time you motivate yourself, that motivation loses its strength. So you need to come up with different approaches, right? Because look, the muscle's not going to grow unless you make it. You have to have the feeling that I have to fucking do this. And that's no those aren't my words. Those are Tom's, but they're not even Tom's. It goes back pretty far. If you follow the trainers, they've known about it for a long time. Mike Menser, he's popular now, and his training is based on that as well. Anyways, I'll try to kind of teach you about like what maybe some tips about that side of things, because there's the whole internet is full of do this, that, blah blah blah. We all know how to do the weights. You've been doing it in and out. You've been eating your meals. You know what to do. If you're not doing it, well, then you're not doing it. That's the thing. Never pretend that you're doing it to the best you can. You never are. Anyways, I just wanted to, I think just even knowing that there's like a state of consciousness that you can go to where pain, like the physical pain of lifting the weight, is becoming fuel. Like a dog in a dog fight being bitten, it doesn't, I don't know if you probably haven't seen that, but like it makes them stronger. Like it's in the nervous system. That's what we're dealing with in the I'm not a doctor, I'm a programmer, but you need to unlock your nervous system, and to do that, it requires a life and death final stand, as the Trend Twins would say. If you go, you should definitely be listening to music every time you work out, and you should start with some affirmations, some motivational speeches, and then come up with your own reasons, like, why are you doing this, and why are you doing it? If you don't know, you're not, there's no point even going. Most people in the gym, they're not lifting with intent. Lifting in intent is a life or death thing, because think about it. Progressive overload. How the hell are you going to progress? I've been doing this 20 years. Like, how are you progress? Like, how are you going to progress on that? Like, you can only make so many PRs, right? Like, I mean, the body has a limit, and you're not always going to be making PRs. Like, there's going to be years that go by that you're not going to make a PR, and usually that's from an injury. So there's more than one way to go to failure. I'm sort of digressing here, but the key thing is knowing it exists. A state of consciousness exists where you will basically feel no pain. Like you, your hair on your arms will stand up. If it's not standing up, then you're not motivated. You should feel. Well, there's many different ways to kind of get to the state. Uh, Using old memories is a trick because old memories are closer, like in your brain, they're closer to emotions. And emotions is closer to the central nervous system. And the limiters placed on you are enormous. And it's quite a magical thing to really see when those limiters fall, like when you see behind the curtain to the point where you're this entity in your mind and you're completely separate from your body. It's like a horse. Your body's like a horse and your mind doesn't really exist when, where, how that you think it does. I mean, a lot of things that I say, true or not, think about like a placebo. Studies show, they've proven, placebos work. And why do they work? Because you think they do. Even knowing the possibility that it works increases your chance of success. It's a huge part. Anyways, that's enough for today, but I guess try to go away with some tips that I guess the best thing I could say is if your hair isn't standing up on your arms, you're not reached it. Start before you work out. That's key. Before you work out is key. You can't just walk in there. You think Ronnie Coleman just walks up and like lifts, like 1,000 pounds? No. Watch his videos. He like lightweight. Do you know what that means? It's like he's bending the universe to his will. I know that sounds corny, but like that's kind of what it is. That's what lightweight means. He's saying to himself, "This is lightweight." Right? And he's convincing himself of that. Like actually doing it. And he's after he lifted that one lift, you should definitely, you want to watch Dorian Yates. Watch everything that he's ever said that you can. He's in the spiritual aspect probably the most far. Tom Platz, I mean, yeah, he's great, but he did that because he had trauma. And trauma is a great way to, use as motivation as well. So any kind of pain can be converted. Any good bodybuilder. I forget who said that. Probably Sam. I'm not just trying to recycle everyone's ideas, but any good bodybuilder can turn pain into motivation. But, everything is what you put in, you get out. It's a stupid saying, but it should be painful. Like mentally, while you're preparing to lift, it should be painful. Trend twins say, remember the pain, fear the pain. And I don't remember the exact words, but and then you eat it. You eat it. And that's kind of what it feels like. It's like you're like, wow, I really don't want to lift this. That's not always how you feel, but sometimes it is. And in those cases, you want to eat it. And what does that mean? It's like you're going to turn in your mind from not wanting to lift it to I have to lift it. I want to lift it. It's an opportunity to lift it. These are the things that aren't talked about much. Like they do say it, but they're just like just one little liners, and you're not really focusing on it. So I just thought maybe I would just add on that because that's kind of what I've been doing. Being older, lots of injuries, bodybuilding is something that you do when you're kind of messed up, right? Like goes like tattoos, motorcycles, drugs, partying, sex. That's all part of bodybuilding. And I shouldn't say part of it. It's just it goes hand in hand because those kind of traumas are something that helps you excel at it. Like if you see someone who's huge, he's probably kind of messed up, right? Like it's not it's not really for regular people. I mean, I'm not saying regular people can't do it. So a lot of people do. Like I had a trainer. Anyways, I think that's enough for now. I mean, I just remember you want to go for that. Like fucking Super Saiyan. Like it's real. It exists. It's a state of consciousness. Obviously, it's not a cartoon, but it's a state of consciousness that exists that unlocks all your limiters. And you'd be absolutely shocked at. Especially legs. Like arms is one thing. You can take that to anyone can take your bicep to failure. Oh, I can't lift it. Oh yeah, here's another thing too. Like if you're not red in the face, if you're not sweating, like then you're probably not even doing your upper body that hard. But I digress. The legs are the limiters on that are the greatest. It's the most painful, hardest thing you can do is to squat. So I challenge you. Just go up, try to squat until you fall down, and if you can do that, then you're in the advanced level. And then everything you do is just trying to get there. And there's a lot of ways. Like it's not like Hunter Labrada, he's got a great training video where, you see, and Jay Cutler, they have techniques. Like Jay Cutler uses like explosive power to kind of overdrive into that zone. So he's different than he's way different technique than Platts or there's a heavy duty style that was I can't remember, that was Mike Mentzer's, and then Blood and Guts, Dorian Yates, and those all come from that old dude from the 60s. That's like their philosophy. And Jay Cutler's similar, but he does it in a different way, which is kind of better because you're utilizing some of the hormones that reduce the pain. Like when you're starting with a lighter weight, you're basically pre-exhausting your legs to such a degree that you can actually get to failure. I wouldn't say easier, it's different. And if you do the same thing every time, that makes sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. I would say between the two styles, you want to go Jay Cutler style. You're gonna be pumping. You're gonna be moving fast, explosive movements, and that means essentially that style. It works well because you're gonna go past the point. You're not gonna feel it because you're gonna like imagine you're. I don't know. I think I'm digressing a little bit. I think that's enough for now. But I think those are the key points you want to remember. Your hair should stand up at least on like your forearms, and if you get it more, you should have it to your neck. And if you can do your whole body with all those hairs standing on end, there's even you'll even see things. Like it's crazy. It's really amazing. Honestly, I think we got to delve more into this mental aspect and stop worrying about protein shakes and this and that. Dude, let me tell you something. After 20 years, all that stuff doesn't matter. Now, it's all in your heart. It's all in your willpower.